Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Red Air and one half of the PH Boys from Hood Classic Entertainment, representing the Hood Boys, the PH Boys, Purple Haze, Prince Alexander, and you know I'm drinking with Mo.
All right, everybody, taking time out before we get this show started. I want to thank Reaper Apparel for having Drinkin be a brand ambassador for their clothing line. They got good stuff. They got t-shirts, they got hoodies, they got beanies, they got lots of great stuff, encouraging everybody to break out of their comfort zone, live their best self, and hey, it's something I try to live every day. Now, be sure when you go and you're filling out your order, use the code Drinking at Moe's, get 10% off, and the link and the code will both be in the description. Let's fucking go. Well, right as I was pressing record, yes, I'm a Packer fan.
Oh no. Oh God.
I went to my first game at Lambeau Field this last January.
Ooh.
And funny enough, and it's weird for me now thinking about it, my first Packer game at Lambeau Field was Aaron Rodgers' last.
Whoa. Okay.
And I'm also going to the Packers-Vikings game New Year's Eve up in Minnesota.
Oh, good luck with that. Don't wear nothing Packers in Minnesota.
Oh, trust me, I'm already dreading it. Like, I'm excited for the game, but like, I just know, like, I've known people from my friends. Actually, my brother has been up there for a Packers Vikings game, and yeah, it was not a pleasant experience.
They loathe you. They don't hate you. They loathe you. Besides the Chicago Bears, besides them, like Vikings, they loathe you. Like they loathe you.
Yeah. Although all I could say is, tell me when you win a Super Bowl.
Talk that talk.
Yep. But anyways, we have Prince Alexander here. This is Drinking at Moe's. I'm excited to have him on. But before we get into everything, YouTube, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all the good stuff, because that YouTube algorithm is a pain in the ass. Where most places you can find your audio podcast too. Let's get into it. Yeah, I'm still going on the whole Packers thing. I got my game day program that I got back here from that game, and I actually bought this at Lambeau, my Reggie White bobblehead.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I was a collector. I see everybody with all their collector stuff. I'm just like, I want to do that. Like, y'all make it look so fun, man.
Oh yeah. No, speaking of one thing I was wanting to get into, but we'll get with my first question here.
Yep.
That I start off with everybody with. What got you started as a fan? And then what made you decide to, finally make that leap into the business?
I got you. What made me a fan? I think my very first memory was my birthday, like conscious memory. It was my birthday, and my first present I ever got was Team 3D with the table. And I was like, I don't know what this is, but I really, really like it. So that's what really put me into it. I was like, yo, and then I started watching it from my uncle, my cousins, and my brother. I was like, yo, this is for me. And I think what made the jump, I guess because I loved it from since maybe like 3 to like 20. I was like, you know what? If I don't do it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I'll ever get an opportunity like that again. So I called up the first person I can really think of, and they gave me some places to go. I chose, and the rest is history.
No, yeah. No, and I've been seeing some big things, and yeah, when we were talking about my collections back here, I've a lot of my wrestling figures. If the person's still alive, I try to keep them in the box just in case I get to meet them.
Yeah.
And some people I've actually got to meet at a place that I saw from your Facebook, Wrestling Revolver.
Yeah.
That you, I'm actually going to be going to their December 2nd show in Des Moines, which is like a couple hours from me.
Okay.
And a handful of these people back here I've met through Revolver, like Swerve and Keith Lee,
Yeah.
Kushida, Rich Swann, John Morrison, and Taya Valkyrie.
Man, all awesome competitors too. Rich Swann is actually one of the nicest people
Oh,
on the planet.
totally.
He's nice.
Totally. Yeah, I was. That one was the same one that I got the Keith Lee and Swerve one signed. And each of them, it was kind of funny because Revolver, they have a meet and greet before the shows.
Mm-hmm.
And Swerve, Keith Lee, and Rich Swann were not out there during the meet and greet. So I was like, damn it, I have these three figures and they're not out here, man. And then it gets to the end of the show and I'm like, well, shit. And then I kid you not, I turn around and maybe 2 feet behind me, boom, there's Rich Swann. I'm like, please. And then I'm walking out to my car. Oh, still a little bummed, but I'm like, oh, I got one.
Mm-hmm.
I see somebody filming a promo in the parking lot. It was Swerve. So I'm like, okay. And then I asked him if Keith Lee had left. He's like, no, he's still in there. So I wait a while, and then I got him too.
That's awesome right there. The
And
luck.
I've had a few people on from Revolver. The Sean T, their ring announcer for a lot of the shows.
Mm-hmm.
And then a guy down in Texas there, and he comes mostly up to Des Moines. I
Yeah.
don't think he's gone to the Ohio shows too much. But the Monster Hunter, Matthew Palmer,
My dude. My
who
guy.
I believe was big, big into bringing Revolver down to Texas.
He was. He was. That was the guy right there. He actually put me on. He put me and Stevie on. He pulled us to the side at one show at MPX. He was
Mm.
like, "Hey," he's like, "I'm thinking about bringing you guys into Wrestling Revolver. What do you guys think?" And I was like, "Yeah, you got to stay professional." Me and Stevie, yeah, we'll totally do it. As soon as we hit that corner, me and Stevie, we're both like, we're going crazy and stuff like that because it's like that big opportunity that you really want. So yeah, I really appreciate him for doing that for me. That was pretty cool right there.
Yeah, getting around that corner and do that little happy dance, like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've I've been in a few spots like that myself,
Yeah.
but I just got me thinking. I would probably be the same way after meeting Stone Cold Steve Austin, one of my personal all-time favorites. I don't know if I'd be able to get a word out when I'm actually in front of him, but after, like, I leave, like, out the room, I'd be like,
Yeah, that's that thing right there. If I see Jay Lethal, that's the guy right there.
mm,
Like,
that would be another cool one.
yeah.
I haven't had the pleasure of getting to see him live yet, but I've been able to see a bunch of my other favorites. The one thing going back to Revolver that I
Yeah.
thoroughly enjoy about their shows, not only is their crew just amazing, they got
Mhm.
some solid people behind that show. I mean, Obviously, you got Sammy Callahan running the damn thing,
Yeah,
but their shows are like a damn party the whole freaking show.
it is.
Like the crowds are hot the whole damn time. And good Lord, I remember one show in particular. There was a multi-person Monsters Ball match followed by a death match that ended with the use of some flaming glass.
Oh, that's a hell of a show right there.
And you know what? I'm not sure if it was that one or the one after that I went to, but I finally got to see the Second Gear Crew live.
Okay.
I've seen Manders before a couple times, but to see him, Mance Warner, and Matthew Justice all together at one time,
Yeah.
that was my first time. And I got them laughing because I've told it to them on Twitter and stuff, but I said, man, your matches might as well be sponsored by Home Depot with all the shit they get thrown around in there.
They don't play, man. They don't play. That's the thing about them, man. When they come to wrestle, they come to wrestle. They bring the fight to you, man.
No, they bring the fight. They bring, I would say everything but the kitchen sink. But if the kitchen sink was available, they'd probably bring that too.
They would.
Yeah, and I love it. I love it. It's just like pure mayhem that you just can't help but just your eyes are just glued.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that stuff too.
Oh yeah, and getting to see my first legit death match, not one of those that's like basically a hardcore match,
Yeah.
but slapped with a death match title on it.
Yeah.
That was something else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I enjoy death matches for what they
Me
are.
too.
It took me a minute to like understand, but like once you're in a locker room and you know the guys now, and it just like you understand this is how they got to put food on their table, and you like actually watch it. When I watch, and I actually sat and I watched, and I'm like, I see storytelling, I see pain, I see anguish, I see the
Yeah.
fans going crazy. I'm like, okay. I mean,
Yeah.
granted, I'm not. It takes a real warrior to do that, so that's why I'm like, man,
Yeah. No,
anybody that does a death match, like,
yeah.
you got my
And
respect.
what? The thing that constantly gets brought up, because I've been lucky enough to have a bunch of people from the deathmatch world on,
Yep.
is it's basically just like you were kind of bringing up. It's basically just like any other form of wrestling. You just got the deathmatch elements surrounding it when it's
Yep.
done right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and well, oh God, I was just reminding myself of somebody I'm also going to get to meet December 2nd at the Revolver show.
Okay.
I've also had on, it's going to be my first time getting to see him live, though. But I have some ring worn signed kick pads from Alex Cologne.
Oh, snap. Okay.
I'm going to be getting those displayed up sometime soon. But yeah, I have those. They're waiting. One of my more prized items in the autograph collection, I'll admit.
Ain't gonna lie. I need to start. Man, you make me want to like collect. Like really, like everything. Like you just pulled that out of nowhere. I'm like, man, I really want to start collecting now.
I've been lucky. But going into some of the other places, well, you know what? We kind of talked about MPX. So we'll go into them. What do you got going on there? Because Matthew Palmer and Athena, they got something going pretty good there from what I've been able to see.
Yeah, it's going pretty well. So me and Steve, we kind of we're not really there so many often because now we're like, if it wasn't for MPX, we wouldn't be getting the bookings that we are getting
Mm.
now. So right now, we're kind of like every time we show up, it's kind of like a hey, the boys are here, like hey, it's good to see the guys type stuff. But
Mm.
they got a lot going on right now. They have like a little rivalry going on. It's called the TWC versus MPX,
Mm.
management versus management, worlds colliding. So they got that going on. So they gotta go fix up management. That's what Palmer got to do. You know, I'll be back when it's a safer environment.
Kind of reminds me of something. I've had a handful, and I think I still got some more on the schedule from Matt Tremont's promotion, Hardcore Hustle organization.
Okay.
They got a pretty interesting story going on there. Kind of, if people that watch have IWTV, they had the Buried Alive match between Tremont and Cruel that ended up interesting. I dug it, but now Tremont's aligned with Cruel, and he's going after a whole bunch of guys on the roster, and it's something the storyline you don't see too often in independent wrestling.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, especially Buried Alive. I don't. It's kind of hard, especially in the independents, to pull off a Buried Alive match. If you can pull that off, man, that's man.
I'd like to think they did pretty damn good.
Yeah.
They had a whole story set up. I was digging it. Now, one that I was trying to figure out here, Fearless Pro Wrestling, because okay, I'll admit I haven't been able to travel around the country as much as I might like to and that I have before. So some independent promotions I might not be as familiar with. So sometimes my guests kind of educate me a little bit on it.
Okay.
Fearless Pro Wrestling, I was seeing some stuff advertised. I'm like, okay, I might be able to dig this. What do you got going on there?
So I am the new Fearless Heavyweight Champion.
I was gonna say, I thought I saw that there. Yeah.
Yeah, I literally just won it October 21st.
Okay.
I wrestled Izzy James. That was my dream match, which was pretty crazy because I literally wrote it down like before this year ends, I want to wrestle Izzy James. I was like, everybody's like, they'll try to get it, and October came, and I'm like, well, maybe I might not do it. And out of nowhere, Fearless hits me up, and I'm like, you want to wrestle Izzy? I was like, yes, yes. So I finally got that, and so I wrestled him at a place called Hurricane Pro.
I was gonna say I saw.
Wrestled him at Hurricane Pro, and I won. You know what I'm saying? I won. Schoolboy, but
A win's a win.
a win's a win, But yeah, it's a kind of a new in the city kind of promotion. Everybody kind of knows about it. Really trying to get their feet back up. They stopped promoting for a minute, but now they came back. So now they're gonna start running and running, and as me as the face, and I feel really confident in saying that we got some momentum and we're gonna do pretty well, man.
I look forward to seeing more there. Now there was a show coming up. I'm wanting to say no. There Wrestle Rave is one that I've been seeing pop up on your page a lot, and they reached out to me to try to see if I wanted to sponsor a show. But well, one, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah.
But a lot of their packages involved actually going to the show. And I'm like, as much as I would want to be there, I'm like, the flight from Omaha, I don't know.
Oh, you're from Omaha?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Okay. Well, that kind of, that makes sense right there.
Yeah. From
Yeah,
Omaha, Nebraska. Yep.
I love Wrestle Rave. Wrestle Rave is actually they're like one of those like people that they really gave me that opportunity to really be out there in Houston because I'm not really in Houston so much. I'm usually in Dallas, Austin, Waco area. So Houston, I'd be getting booked here and there, but they really like they just saw something in me. And they're like, man, you're actually pretty good. We want to keep using you. And the crowd is hot always. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm like, yo, they got really good something. And plus they got Dimitri, who I love so much. and
Yeah.
that's my guy right there. So
Yep. I had him on.
yeah, I love Dimitri, Kenny Calypso, Just Nick, all my well, really the guys that really helped me get to that point. I like to promote all the guys are nice there, so it's refreshing going to a place and just like like wow, this is pretty cool. This is pretty dope. So yeah,
That is awesome. Yeah, I've been encouraged by them, so yeah, maybe eventually we'll get into that with sponsoring them. I wouldn't be opposed to it.
I will also be at that show. I will be wrestling at that show.
All
Um,
right.
yes, sir. December 16th, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I was wanting to say the 16th. They got your match announced just yet? I haven't been able to look into that
Oh,
part.
not yet. They haven't announced it yet, but I'm pretty sure. I hope I'm on that show.
I mean, I've been seeing that they've been announcing, periodically more and more people that are going to be on the card. There's
Yeah.
not so much match announcements yet, so it'll be pretty fun. A lot of the talent there I've been noticing, and well, I've the few that I've had on, so I'm like, okay, I got to keep my eye on the people I've had on.
Yes, sir.
Now, there was one show that I'm like, they announced it for January already. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pulling a brain fart on there. PWF, I'm wanting to say was the promotion. I might be wrong. Do not quote me on that.
I think that might be Fearless. They got
That might be
one.
the fearless one. Okay.
And funny, I'm wrestling Stevie, my tag partner. So
Ah.
yeah, for my heavyweight championship. That's gonna be
Ooh, that's gonna be a good one.
it's gonna be interesting right there. So
That.
you know,
Oh, you know.
it's
Oh, go ahead.
it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting because a lot of people, they like Stevie, and
Mm,
it's like a good like validation, like, hey, I'm not just
mm.
what's the nicest way I can say it? A second fiddle, if that makes sense. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
You're
saying?
not
Like
the second fiddle,
I think
not the sidekick.
yeah, what I mean, like we're both equals. People love Stevie though. I love Stevie, but this is gonna be like hey yo, I'm here too. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah,
gonna be an
gonna
interesting game.
remind people that you're not just in the background sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm the champion for a reason. So
Yep.
hey,
Now I was just reminding myself when we were talking about the PWF one. That's the premier wrestling
yes
federation, I
sir.
believe. Okay,
Yeah.
because like I was saying it in my head, and then I'm like, I know I had it down here, but
I was about to help you out for a second, but I was like, you got it, you got it.
yeah, I got it. So the thing, I believe the show that was uh, announced there, it looked kind of like a Rumble sort of show.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like a Houston Rumble, if that makes
Mm.
sense. So it'll be all the shows from Houston. They're all gonna come together, have a big old Rumble, and see who's the
Ooh,
winner to
that
challenge for the PWF Heavyweight Championship.
that is gonna be interesting. I I love it when independent promotions are able to work together like that
Yeah, yeah.
because you know there's areas of the country where some promotions don't really get along. So when people
Yeah.
are able to work together like that, it's awesome.
It's awesome. It's awesome. I enjoy it. I mean, I don't got a problem with anybody too. So that's everybody usually knows me as the super nice guy. Every time I come in, I'm always smiling, shaking everybody's hands, giving everybody dap. What's popping with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, so whether it's wherever I'm at, I'm still gonna always be the same person. So it's I just enjoy when everybody comes together and we're all working for one goal. So it's gonna be interesting. So
That I look forward to seeing how that one turns out. Now, I have a name game here. where
Okay.
I I try to theme it towards the guests as much as possible. And, coming from Texas, there's a lot of history there, a lot of big names, big personalities. So this name game, wrestlers from Texas,
Mm.
one that I've had on,
Oh
and
snap.
I give you a name, you give me quick thoughts on the person.
Okay.
First one, a guy that we both know, we both have loads of respect for the man, the Monster Hunter Matthew Palmer.
Super lovable, nicest guy on the planet, easy to like. Um, he has no idea how much gratitude I have for him. Just thankful that that guy's in my life right there.
Yeah, he was a pleasure to have on. He is, now that I'm thinking back on it, he is one of my top 10 episodes on YouTube so far. So
Snap.
that was awesome. And, getting to have him help and, offer, people to come on, because I'm always looking for more people to talk to. So when
Yeah.
people are actually sending people my way, it helps out a lot, and he's been amazing there.
Hey, time out, Mo. Time out. You balled up top, man. That caught me off surprise.
Yeah,
Whoa, snap, man. Woo, man.
I kept it from the way it was last haircut at Navy boot camp. They're like, "Oh, we can take it all off for if you want." I'm like, "Well, fuck, I'm getting mostly on the sides and nothing up there anyway, so screw it, just take it all off." And then
I
I
got
just
you.
kept it.
No, it's scary. My father's bald. He said it's in the genetics. So he said sooner or later you gonna get bald. I just started growing my hair out because I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out with a gun blazing, man.
Although, this brings up a funny story I have involving one of the guys from the Same Gear crew, Manders. I was in
Yeah.
line at a Revolver meet and greet, and the guy next to him was commenting on my beard, and was as I'm like, "How long have I been growing it out and stuff?"
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Well, it's been a while." Is I'm like, I don't think I'd ever go clean shaven again, because me with my bald head, if I went clean shaven, my head would look like a penis.
Man.
And Manders was damn near on the floor laughing.
That's funny. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm not going. Even though this is where it stops. Like I've been trying to grow it out for the longest. I'm like, you know what? This stops right here. I could shave it, but I ain't trying to look like I'm 12 again. So
And the thing for me with the Navy, I had to shave sometimes twice a day for the whole 4 years. So I'm like, nope, nope, not doing it again.
call it a day.
Yep. All right. Now, the next person on this list, he actually had a little funny interaction with Matthew Palmer at one of the Revolver shows that I went to, and after you give me some thoughts on him, I'll share that story.
Okay.
I'm talking about the limitless one, Keith Lee.
Oh man, powerful. Actually, very soft spoken
I
and
say that.
very intellectual. Like very
Mm,
intellectual. And actually, a quick well, it's not a quick side story, but his wife, Mia Yim,
mm.
um, after we got done with our match, she pulled Stevie to the side and she told him like, "Hey, awesome job! You guys were awesome after our Wrestle Revolver match." So that she don't even know what that means to me because I watched her on TV and it's just like, "Yo, she said that about us." Like what? So that's a quick side story, but yeah, like Keith Lee, he's very soft spoken. Because I've never really like met him, but I've like been beside him, if that makes sense. And
Yeah.
I'm hearing him. I'm like, yo, I'm thinking like some kind of, Darth Vader voice is gonna come out of his baby. He's super like calm, mellow, and I'm like, yo, this is a nice guy right here.
I was, you know what, when you were talking about that brought it up. Yeah, very soft spoken, well mannered, and intelligent, crazy intelligent.
Very intelligent.
But the story with the interaction with Matthew Palmer at the show, there was a spot where I'm wanting to say it was that overhand spot that Keith Lee does with the wham right onto the guy's like shoulders, chest area.
Yeah.
And Matthew Palmer, falls down and he's just laying there. And up on the screen, they put like a in memoriam Matthew Palmer, and then they play that in the arms of angels. And I would, oh my God, I was laughing so damn hard because he's just laying there like, like he legit died.
That's crazy. I love
And we
Palmer.
talked about that moment on when I had Matthew Palmer on. When he brought that up, I'm like, oh my God, I was like third row for that.
Palmer's awesome, man. He's smart with his wrestling. He's so smart. He knows how to get the crowd, man.
Definitely. Now, I kind of talked about this guy a little bit ago. He is definitely one that I will repeat. I don't think I'd be able to get a word out if I met him because I guess the way I build him up in my head. The Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Goat. that's goat. Actually, I never met him, but I'm like always look. You always look up guys. He's super well mannered too. Like he's actually a cool dude. So it's just like,
heard.
But like my first word that comes up to my head is goat. That's and like when he walks in the room, it's like that's Stone Cold Steve Austin right there. Like that's respect right there. I have 100% respect for Stone Cold.
Yeah, I would if I had somebody point out that he came in the room, I would just be frozen. Be like thinking my eyes were playing tricks on me or something. Like, no. Yeah. All right. Now, they recently came out it just premiered a video on this family. So when it comes to Texas wrestling, it would be hard not to name this family. And I'm talking about the Von Erichs.
Mm-hmm. I need to watch the movie. I heard the movie.
I need to watch the movie too. I haven't seen it yet.
I ain't gonna lie to you, acting like I seen the movie, but I need to watch the movie though. I heard it's good. Zac Efron though. I mean, shoot,
that was a different choice. I'll admit. I'm like, really? But I'm like, I'll give it a chance.
Yeah, Von Erichs. I would say the first word that comes to my head is legacy. Respect. I think they have. They have sons out there wrestling now too?
Yeah, I think the surviving brother has some sons out there. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that's something me and Stevie want to look at right there. I know they're pretty good too. I mean, they're Von Erichs. They gotta be. But yeah, first word that comes to my head is legacy. Freebirds. That's the second word that comes to my head. And classics. I actually remember going back. I think when I was like 12, 13 years old, I was like, why are the Von Erichs so famous? And I went back and I'm watching them in the Freebirds. I'm like, oh, this is really good. And I'm 13. Yeah. So that's pretty cool right there. So yeah, legacy for me.
Totally. Yep, I've lost count of how many times I've watched that documentary that WWE did on World Class Championship Wrestling. I've watched it and rewatched it a ton of times.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now I have some random questions. Some might be wrestling related, some might not be, some might have absolutely nothing to do with anything we've talked about so far. That's why it's. But I give you the question, you give me first answer, it pops in your head.
All right.
First one, craziest in-match moment for you.
Oh man, I think in-ring match. Does this include me or does it have to be somebody else? Because I know somebody just.
You know what? Normally involving you, but you know what? If you were there to witness it in person, I'll count.
I was in the ring. It was 1-on-1. I'm in the ring. So we lock up. I don't think I should name the person because it's kind of embarrassing, but I think it was like my second year in or something like that. And he whispers in my ear, "Hey, yo, I just shitted on myself." I say, "Excuse me?" And we literally just locked up. And he said, "Hey, yo, I just shitted on myself." I said, "Well, what?" He said, we gotta go home. I said, "Go home? We just started." I was like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "Look, man, you can win. I don't care. I just shit myself, man." I was like, "All right, well." I said, "All right, how do you want to do this?" And he was like, "Look, we'll figure out something." And like 40 seconds later, he told me, "Schoolboy, just schoolboy me." I'm like, "Bro, you just shitted yourself. I'm not about to schoolboy you or grab
not
it.
about to reach in that area.
I'm not about to grab it. We gonna have to figure something else out, brother." He said, "Small package." I'm like, "Look, wherever my face is gonna be at next to your butt, it's not gonna happen." I said, let me just let's just do shock value. So we're really all plans are just we're literally just out there just going crazy and out of nowhere, shock value, hit him in the face real quick, 1, 2, 3. And I was like, "Man, go finish that up, man." And he was like, "Bro, I'm so sorry." But I think that was probably at that time I was like, "Man, that's crazy," but I think that's funny now I think about
Yeah, now that now that I think about I mean, wasn't it John Cena? He actually told a story on some program where he had a similar situation. So,
Oh,
I mean,
man.
it happens, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, granted, for me, I mean, I think everybody knows this, especially Steve knows this for a fact. Before every wrestling match, hey yo, I gotta go.
Yeah, you would think more people would do that. Make sure that it's all cleared out before you get out there.
You know this gas station called Buc-ee's?
Yep.
I'm blowing that Buc-ee's up every time when it's a stop from Houston to Dallas. I'm blowing that Buc-ee's up real quick, and then I'm back. I'm going to Houston. I'm going to Dallas. I mean, and sometimes even at the show, I'm blowing it up, and everybody's like, "God damn, Prince!" Like, hey man, would you rather have it in the toilet or in the ring? You know what I'm saying?
That very good way of looking at it. So now, question that I've been thinking a lot about lately. If you ever won a big lottery jackpot and had what I like to call fuck it money, like what would be one of the first things you get? Like,
Strippers.
you know what? I've always wanted that, so fuck it, I'm getting it.
Strippers, call it a day. No. No, I think first thing I would do is I think I'll buy my mom a house. That's the first thing I'll do. Very
Nice
first thing.
choice.
Make sure she ain't got nothing to worry about. Grandparents too. House, nothing to worry about. And then me and my girl, we'll be chilling. Right? We'll just be chilling. I'm not really a big what you call it, objects, kind of guy. I'm more of a as long as I'm comfortable, I'm happy. You know what I mean? So, but if I had to choose, might just buy me a Hellcat just to say fuck it.
Hey, that's the whole purpose of the question.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of similar. Like, yeah, I have my collection and stuff, but when it comes down to it,
yeah,
as long as I'm comfortable, I'm good.
Yeah.
All right. Now, wrestlers whether it be national TV or independents, there's a lot of traveling up and down the roads.
Oh yeah.
Lots of people have their playlists, songs and stuff. What is a couple songs that you would have on a playlist?
Oh man, I wish I could check my phone real quick. I got so many off the top of my head. I think, man, Rick Ross, the boss, that's
Mm.
probably one right there. Um, Probably what's off the top of my head? Man, Mo, why you had to do this to me, man? Off the top of my head, dude. I wish I had my phone on me, dog. But I know Rick Ross, the boss. Maybe T-Pain, Shawty. I'll
Mm.
be jamming that, and sometimes some old school, some R&B. Probably, well, I would say R. Kelly, but I don't think I can say R. Kelly.
Don't know if we want to go there right now.
I don't think. But no, I'm joking with R. Kelly. But I would say Keith Sweat, Twisted. Those
Okay.
are like some of my three right there. I like jamming.
Most of the rap I listen to anymore, people would, for some reason, they don't think that big old country boy bearded guy would listen to rap. Most of the stuff that I listen to, I guess nowadays would be more considered old school. Like, funny enough, Method Man, Bring the Pain.
Yeah, that's old school now, man. That's old school.
I was listening to that this morning.
That's old school now, man. When that come out, like 2005?
You know what? I can't even remember. I literally can't even remember.
Once it passed 10, 15, it's old school now, man.
Although I do have some newer stuff, but it's mostly from people that have been around for a while.
Yeah.
Like Eminem's Godzilla.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I started actually getting to listen to that one. I'm like, okay, I'm getting it. I'm like, all right.
It's because it's Eminem, you know what I mean? That's basically a legend now. Man, that's your time. I gotta call your guys legends now. That's crazy.
But funny thing when it revolves around people not expecting me to know anything about rap. When I was in basic training, there was some guys in my division that were having the argument, Jay-Z or Lil Wayne, and they were like, I guess they didn't think I would know anything about it, so they were trying to ask me, like, oh, what do you and I didn't even say a word. I just threw up. And they were like, oh,
he threw up the rock.
not thinking I would know anything about it. And man, their reaction, I get a laugh about it to this day.
That's funny. That's funny. He threw up the rock, man. He didn't even have to say a word. Just threw up the rock. Okay.
Yeah, I just threw that up, and they're like, "Oh shit!" All right, now I would feel weird not having this question in here.
Okay.
With the name of a show like Drinkin' at Moe's. Favorite drink, whether it be alcoholic or non, or one of each if you want.
Chocolate milk.
Period.
No, if
solid choice.
Buts about it. You give me some chocolate milk, that thing is going down the throat. Oh, wait a minute.
Solid choice.
Let's go. Chocolate milk, hands down favorite drink.
Chocolate milk, solid choice. I'm also a big Dr. Pepper guy.
I seen that Diet Dr. Pepper, my guy. I actually love me some Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yep, my wife tries to tell me I have a problem. I tell her I got it figured out. Only time I got a problem is if I don't have any.
Thank you.
Yep.
Called it day.
I actually got to tell her that joke once, and she just she chuckled, but she's like, "You fucking idiot."
Called it day right there, man. That's right.
Yeah. All right. Last but not least here, best advice for anybody wanting to get into wrestling.
just do it. That's what I thought in my head. Like, just do it. You won't know until you try, and just always give out your best effort, and don't be afraid to fail because you're gonna fail. Whether you like, I failed. I'm pretty sure your favorite wrestlers failed. Just don't be afraid to fail. Go out, try new things, be different, and hey, you never know who's watching.
Stone Cold Steve Austin and the whole ring master thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
You try to be different.
I'm able to acknowledge it. I'm able to acknowledge it.
You know what I'm saying? This dark. That's a dark time right there. It's a dark time. Don't talk about that.
Yeah, hard times, daddy.
All times,
Hard
daddy.
times.
What times? Let me tell you about
the guy that just brought it up. The guy famous for cosplaying as Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah.
That like there's videos of him actually in the ring with Cody and stuff. I've had him on.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh, my bad. I've been cussing. Am I allowed to cuss?
Oh shit. We're good. We're good. I mean, there's with me, anybody that knows me knows there's that whole saying, talking like a sailor.
Yep.
That's me. I like around my little nieces and nephews, I've grown to have. That's pretty much the only place I have a filter.
I got
you. Outside of that, I don't give a shit.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to mess up your YouTube, man. All your disclaimers, I ain't trying to mess up nothing, man.
I ain't monetized yet. I ain't monetized yet.
Hey man,
even when they do, maybe it'll calm down a little bit, but I don't know by much.
Hey man, we gonna make it there. We gonna make it there.
We're gonna make it there. I mean, hell, I've already in a year span, I grew like 100 subscribers on YouTube. So I mean, that's something.
That's more than something. That's 100 more than anybody else. Shoot,
I think last I saw was at like 231.
Oh, okay, getting there.
So, getting there. It's a process. But all right, before we leave,
yep,
where can people find you social media wise? So if they don't already have their eyes on you, they can go ahead and get them there.
I got you at Prince Alexander on IG, and if you want to follow me on TikTok, oh my god, TikTok,
TikTok,
boy, that fresh Prince Alexander TikTok. Now you want to follow me on TikTok? It's gonna be Prince Alexander 84. I will be making a Twitter soon. It's probably just gonna be Prince Alexander 1998. That's gonna be the Twitter. So yeah, follow me on those things right there, my guys. And gals.
We will get all that in the description. But anyways, that is about all I have. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me tonight. And best of luck out there, everything down there in Texas. And shit, if you end up getting out besides that.
Yes, sir.
Good luck everywhere.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you for letting me drink with you, my guy.
Yes, it was a pleasure.